Hi, I'm Laysea.
I'm Travis.
Welcome to our tiny house build. So here we are. We're located in beautiful sunny San Diego, California, and we just spent the past 2 weeks working on the tiny house.
We're not sure if we're staying here, if we might move the tiny house once. Our goal is not to travel with the tiny house, but travel because of the tiny house. So we're still figuring out the final destination for that, somewhere in San Diego.
My dad is actually a professional contractor, so he drove out from Florida to help us with the build. He has a good amount of experience with renewable energy and green home technology and using all these eco-friendly materials. So he was just pivotal in us building this house. He's been a professional contractor since he was just out of high school. So yeah, it was super fun to have him here and to get to share that experience with him. And he got us to the point that we're at now, which is a fully dried in home. So we have all waterproofing materials on the exterior and on the roof. And yeah, the whole shell is completely done.
At this point, we have a few trips we have to take for some different projects, so it's safe to leave even for a few months. At this stage, we're hoping to only be gone a few weeks and come back and keep chipping away at the build. We're trying to finish up electrical and plumbing and get our insulation in. So yeah, we can give you more details about the trailer and all the dimensions.
Let's go check it out.
All right, so the dimensions are 26 feet long plus 2 feet for the bump out in front, 8.5 feet wide, and 14 feet tall. The overall square footage, including the loft upstairs, is just over 300 square feet. All right, so for the trailer, we went with a Tiny House Basics custom trailer. It's a triple axle, and we actually opted for the drop axle, which lowers the deck height about 4 inches, which in turn will give us about 4 inches of more livable space up top. So for us, every inch counts in a tiny house, and we really like that extra amount of living space. We also did a custom 2-foot bump out here over the tongue. Just in general, this thing has been awesome. It's really the foundation of the home, so we've been really happy. I did a ton of research and just have been really happy with the trailer so far. One of the nice things about this too is it has the cross members and a tray already in there, so you just put your insulation in the trailer and the cross members are 16 on center, so you just treat it as if it's traditional framing and you just build your subfloor up from there. So again, saving space by having the insulation inside. So one thing that we did really last minute that's pretty unique in a tiny house build is we actually raised the subfloor 1.5 inches up higher off the trailer, and what that's going to do is give us a curbless shower, and we're hoping to go for a higher end, more elegant build in general. And I think the uniqueness of a curbless shower and just the overall appeal of that will be really beautiful look. So we're super excited about that. And now let's go check out the inside.
Okay, so welcome to the inside of our tiny house. We went ahead and built these makeshift stairs and then this workbench, and we brought in our patio furniture just to give us a bit of a sense of scale of how big the house is going to be and kind of feel it out. We also taped off all of the exact measurements of what our furniture will be. So we taped off the kitchen and our dining room table and our office space so that we can kind of just work things around and really feel what the space is going to be like once it's built.
As a little pro tip, we actually, when we were even deciding about the size of our trailer to buy and just looking into tiny houses in general, out in our driveway, we used painter's tape and we just taped out the actual size of the dimensions we thought we wanted, and then started taping out where we wanted the kitchen counter to go, where the stairs would go, where everything would go, to give us a sense of, is this going to be big enough? How does this feel? How's the layout? And it's really helped us to make sure as we move forward that everything fits right and we're confident that we're going to like the end result.
With that being said, one of the cool parts about building it ourselves is you're really flexible in the design and you get to make these last minute decisions. So during the process of the build, we actually decided to shorten the loft 1 foot because we felt like we had plenty of space up there, and by shortening it, we could actually give us more space for the stairs. After building the doorway entry, we actually moved it over a foot.
Yeah, probably only like 8 inches. And we had to make that decision, but it was cool that we could make the decision because we were building it ourselves. Once we got in here and we're really feeling out the space, I wanted a little bit more room for the desk area, and we had a little bit room over here, so we talked about the pros and cons. And again, in a tiny house, even just a few inches can make a big difference for the sense of space in different areas. To some people, the thought of living in a tiny house is pretty daunting, but for us both, we've lived in vans for years and traveled the country and traveled the world and kind of lived a very minimalist lifestyle. So in a lot of ways to us, this feels almost like a mansion compared to other things that we've lived in the past.
So we really feel like the tiny house sort of encompasses the lifestyle that we'd like to live. It minimizes our footprint and cuts the overhead costs, which enables us to live a more minimalist lifestyle. So because of the nature of our work, we actually travel about 6 months out of the year. So this is just a quaint, comfortable place for us to come home to and be able to do computer work and shower and decompress before we leave off on our next trip.
So one other thing that we did change last minute is actually the shape and kind of structure of the roof for the bay window. We originally were going to have it come down and almost be like a flat wall and then go out. And once we were up there and Laysea's dad was laying out different options, we decided last minute to go with something different, which is this. And we really love the shape and feel. It really opens up the space, and when you're in the bed or upstairs and you're looking this way, it really ties everything together and has a really beautiful, elegant feel.
Okay, so Code and I are up here in the loft, which feels incredibly spacious. We're at just under 5 foot of headroom, which makes downstairs 6'4". I'm currently laying on our memory foam mattress, which is just 6 inches. It's a queen size bed. It's going to go on top of a bed frame that we build, which will give us some more storage for clothing and whatnot. And we also have our 2 sliding windows, which is 2 of 8 windows total in the house, which just makes the whole house feel really bright and airy, and so sort of just brings the outside in.
All right, a quick glimpse into the bathroom. This will be the shower area here, which is where the curbless shower will be. That's why we have it drop down. We're finishing up plumbing and electrical. The vanity will go here, and then over here will be our toilet. Right now it's a composting toilet, but we're adding the option to do a flushing toilet depending on the location we end up and if we want to go composting or not. That's it for now. We got to get back to work. We're super excited to install our sheep's wool insulation, and we have some custom reclaimed teak wood that's going all throughout the tiny house. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and if you have any comments or questions, leave them below and we'll try to get to all of them.
See you in the next video.
Stay tuned.
Microphone check. Who's going first?
I am. No, you go first.
No, you're this is what we talked about. You're going.
Okay.
And hurry up because this is heavy.
All right, so here we are. We're at
Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to always be looking at the lens and not at the people.
Yeah. See, but then it just spins in place like this.
What did she do?
Our-
Hang on, I have a giant sun flare spot on my face.
The funnier part now is that we're gonna have to break apart this wall that we've fully
Nah.
already built.
It justifies why I brought that red box over there.
I feel like yours are so creepily looking.
Sorry,
You're
I'm
like-
trying to look at both.
I know, but can you stop it?
That was really bad too.
Now you can
Alright.
say okay. So that represent. Come on.
You stole my word!
It's what we're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Should I start that over?
Statement.
And cut.